Okay, so now you're in college. Like I said, this is where things get interesting. Okay, so I call college the high school all-star game. So what's going to happen now is the size of the players and the speed of the players is going to become more consistent with bigger guys. So you're going to have guys with the right size and the right speed and some the right attitude. When you get there, once again, you have to prove yourself again, because everybody was that guy where they came from. Once you get on campus, you'll get situated as far as where you'll live. Lots of times you'll be in the dorm room. Lots of guys, they've never lived on their own, able to come and go as they please. Some guys can't handle that. Some guys will sit in the room and play video games, missing class. Some guys will hang out with females, missing class, and some guys will indulge in some type of substance abuse more often, because in college you have parties usually starting on Wednesday night. So it's not uncommon in college to have a party on a Wednesday night. It may not be a big one, and a Thursday night, Friday night, for sure, Friday and Saturday. There's going to be something going on, because if you're on a large campus, you're going to have thousands of students, tens of thousands of students. So you got different groups and different organizations throwing different parties. So some of the athletes get caught up in that, being the big man on campus, and they want to go everywhere and be seen. But the guys that I saw that made it, like really made it, they were not around for lots of those parties and kickbacks. You know, the guys that you ended up seeing on TV, and they took it serious. They trained the way they should. They ate the way they should. Now, they may have had a girlfriend, but you didn't see these guys out all the time. I knew guys that could hang out on a Friday night till 2 in the morning, drinking, smoking Black & Milds or whatever else they smoked. And then the next day, take the kickoff, the first kickoff of the game, all the way back. You know, score a touchdown on the first kickoff. I've seen it. But as the competition gets stiffer, you have to do anything that will help you as an advantage. So you're going to need to get your sleep. You're going to need to eat right. You're going to need to go to the training room. And you're going to have to stretch. Make sure you get all of the treatments that you need. You're going to need that. So now that you're in college, you sort of know what's going on. Now you got to deal with the coaching staff. The coaching staff, you know, you're going to have the different positions, and this goes for football or baseball. Within those positions, you're going to have coaches that gravitate towards you and quote unquote like you, and you're going to have coaches that just might not, you know, like you like that. And that also goes on at every level. So if you're a guy who was highly recruited, you know, and people were recruiting you all over the country, when you get there, you're still going to have to prove who you are, but they will give you more chances than the average person. So if you're say a walk-on, meaning a person that just came to the school and tried out, they might use you as a, you know, a person to practice against. Because remember this, and a lot of guys don't get this. When you come out of high school or college and go into the pros, the starters have to have someone to practice against, to train against, and to train with. So everyone that gets drafted is not drafted to be a star or to even make it. Usually the later rounds are going to be your third string guys and your practice team guys. And then baseball, you're going to have your pinch runners and utility guys, but you can make a good living doing that. Another misconception is that everybody that's in the pros is good. Everybody that's in the pros is good to a certain level, but everybody that's a professional athlete is not a superstar level athlete. Once again, these superstars have to have someone to play with and to practice with and to practice against. That's called the team, right? So you'll have a guy that's a really good college player, a solid college player, and get to the pros and do okay. You know, and then you have your late developers, some guys that eke their way in and they develop into, you know, a dependable player and have a good career. Very few guys are going to be superstars, and to be a superstar, you have to have everyone on your side, the coaching staff and everything, because they can put you in positions to succeed. What's that mean? They won't put you in hard positions, or hard position meaning in situations where the chips are stacked against you. You may get to pitch against the teams that aren't very good and stack up a few wins. You may get to hit more against the pitchers that aren't very good, stack up a few home runs on a few hits, keep your batting average up. And then some guys, they may put them in against the toughest competition, the best team in the league. Now they have you pitching against the big red machine and things like that. So these things do happen on the pro level. So everybody that makes it to the pros is not necessarily a pro caliber player, but you have to fill in those spots. Now, I knew a guy that was about 6 feet tall. We're gonna say 230, played linebacker. He was a friend of mine at the time. He's an attorney now, I believe, in California. And he would take me to different parties like NFLPA parties. And I was able to meet lots of people that I would see on TV on the regular. But this guy was 6 feet tall, let's say 235, but he could run with me quickness-wise. You have quickness and then you have straight line speed. This guy was 6 feet tall, 235, and could move like me at 5 foot, 165 pounds. He could move with me toe to toe, if not faster. Big, strong mitts, could grab you, tackle you with one hand. He was a linebacker for, I believe, the Patriots at one time, the Buccaneers, and came in with the Minnesota Vikings with Randy Moss. That's the age group he's in, a little bit older than me, or in that category. But anyway, that's what it's like to play in pro football. So there are guys that are built the prototype, the prototypical size, meaning they have the size that is needed, you know, that they want, that looks good in a uniform. Some guys just got the build, meaning the height and the size, they look good in uniform like they supposed to. You got that 6 foot, you know, 2 guy that's 220, 225 that can run, and he's built right, has the right attitude. There's your prototype professional. That's what lots of teams look for. You got to look the part too, right? And the higher you're drafted, yes, they'll give you more of a chance to prove you belong. But just because you're good in high school doesn't mean you're going to be good in college. I've seen college guys go to college that would come out of a high school state championship. I saw this myself. Never saw him get a hit in college. My dad said he played against guys that had come out of the College World Series. Never saw him get a hit in the minor league. You know, the skill level is different. Even though professional ranks are going to be, you can be from 18 years old to 42 in some cases. But there's a certain skill level. But the older the guy is, what Joe Flacco was talking about today, the more experienced he is, he's seen more things, he can adjust, and he won't panic when things happen. When situations unfold, he'll be able to make a good decision at that particular time, right? So I said all that to say that each level you go up, you're gonna have to prove yourself. Nobody cares what you did in high school, and here's another thing: nobody cares what you did in college when you get to the pros. And here's another thing: there's been a lot of guys that were absolute stars on one level and couldn't pull it off on the next level. That's just what it is. You got a lot going on there, and you also dealing with experienced players. And lots of these guys on some of these teams are really good. You don't even know them. You could bump into these guys at the mall, you wouldn't even know them. and millionaires too. You know, everybody's not in the limelight. But anyways, there's a big difference on each level. In each level you have to prove yourself. That's all I have to say about the different levels and how things shake out. Peace, represent. All right, so once again, I want to give a shout out to my subscribers. Currently, I'm at 508 subscribers. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all subscriptions. Represent.